Looks a lot like a race car.
It does.
It'll smell like one in a little while. Good. Should be able to pull right to that, because they should already be about 80 pounds.
So everybody's on the other side of the shop, bolting the car together for the first time as a group, and I'm over here making sockets. Actually, I'm not making sockets. I'm taking extensions, and we are changing them up. That's how we reach the stuff on the cylinder heads. So they're over there having fun. I'm over here grinding away.
You want it? We want it back.
Huh? Take them off from here.
Yeah, take both. Like there's stuff on the top end that we're going to do. I'll have you do like all this stuff over here. You'll be taking off the top end.
You do that one backwards, Chris, and what I'm used to.
What?
Fuel lines. I don't care. I'm just saying they used to take them off at the barrel valve.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm just saying it's just different.
You take them off both sides and put them in the seat or somewhere.
Yeah.
Because we had to get kinked a couple times. So we did that. It saved us a lot of money because we stopped buying lines.
Yeah.
And that'll be part of the top one. Yeah. So we'll go over that. We're going to get caps on those. We're going to take that off from here. We'll get us a little tray and all that kind of stuff will be just put a little bit right
Yeah.
stuff.
So, are we taking the manifold too?
Everything's coming.
Okay.
So where do we want to put it? Let's figure that out.
Hold on, let's get these wires out of the way here because this fuel.
Was that James? Okay.
Training day.
We were so
Training night.
He was the only one
Good
there.
cake.
The butterfly and push on it really hard. See how much you can push that? So you can slow the engine down by just doing that.
Yeah, just the flex will slow it down.
Yeah, just, and then that way, then he can get in gear, and then, then we can do something about it. The other thing you can also do is, close the knobs on one side. You'll be on one side all of a sudden, but you can always turn those down. But the couple times that it's been a little too high, it just needed a tap.
Good morning, guys. At the shop here, and we are planning on starting the race car today. Gonna roll this thing outside.
Hey, good
There's
morning.
Chris.
How we doing today?
We're gonna make a little racket and start this thing up. Mix a little fuel. So it is Thursday, Hill Week 2. Plan is to load today, and I'm not sure if they're praying because this will be the first time we've started the car that Matt built the bottom in, and Chris helped put the clutch in, and Jeff is not on hospitality.
Yes. First blower.
He knows what he's doing. She knows what she's doing. Setting out here. Yep, I'm about to bust my butt falling over fuel jugs. But we are about to start this thing up. First time 2021.
Normally when we do a warm-up, we won't have all these body panels on. So you can see where oil might be leaking. Like right now, we can't see an oil pump leak or anything because, we're all dressed like we'd be on the starting line, except it's raised in the air. So we're gonna have to look for signs of leaking and whatnot after we're done, unless it's obvious that it's found a way to pour oil on the ground. The other most common thing, so oil leaks are gonna be around oil pump. Has anybody checked the oil pump fittings?
I gave him a tug the other day.
No, I'm just saying, so like, you know, you've been messing around with the bottom end, so you got to get used to all the things that are associated with the bottom end, which would be oil pump, oil lines, filter, pan, suction line, you know, the big line, you know, pan leaking. The most common place for the pan to leak is at the rear main, and we see that by oil dripping on the ground on the front side of the motor plate. Sometimes it'll leak into the belt housing, and it'll make the clutch smoke if the clutch is hot enough. So these are the places at the racetrack when we don't have all these panels on when we start the car that you're going to be paying the most attention to. Fuel leaks. We're subject to have fuel leaks both under the valve cover, that we have to be looking for signs of fuel leaking under the valve cover. You'll often see that as fuel in the bottom of the cylinder head, right by the headers, in the what we call the valve cover rail, where the valve cover gasket sits. So we want to look for signs of that because we're going to be taking it apart. So we'll look for signs of leaking everywhere. One of the tricks to not getting shut off on the starting line needlessly is for everybody to start fucking waving their hands and pointing and carrying on. We have radios. We can communicate via radio. What I want you to do is show me what you're seeing. You gotta show me so that I can see, because every once in a while it's okay to go even though there's a minor little problem. Like if my barrel valve screw is dripping a little bit, he's fucking going, you know, because that ain't gonna undo me. Because anyhow,
Get Mike's attention or Chris's attention.
yeah. So and the only guy he's gonna listen to shut off is either the starter for NHRA or me. The starter tells him to shut it off. I'm kind of fucked.
Well, even at that point, I'm still going to ask you on the radio.
Well, again, but you know, if it can't go, you know, I'll be the first guy to say no, we can't go, and you know, I'll just tell him, you know, we got a problem, we got to shut off, and it does happen. I don't want it to happen, and if everybody does their job, stays in process, then we won't have any of these problems because you'll know all the little places to look. So everybody needs to be observant, looking for fuel leaks. Most common places for fuel leaks are if the line's not tight on the back of the head. We can have injector lines leak. We can have manifold nozzles leak. If somebody's been changing jets, you got to take the whole damn thing off. So you got to tighten them all back up. So there's 8 places, 16 places to leak on both sides. Just be observant and try your best to be calm. And you can, like today, you can raise your hand and I'll come over and look. Chris is going to be maintaining, being the boss of that side of the car. This is the side I live on all the time. I watch the left side going down the racetrack. That's where I've been standing for I don't remember how long. Let's see what else. Fast idle. So what it might have you do on a warm-up, maybe not this very first one, but like down in Gainesville, I'm going to say, hey, I want you to push on the butterflies this time. Because are you hip to fast idle, slow idle? Is that something
Yeah,
you can?
I can.
You can tell that? Not your first day. So what I just want to give you some experience at what you can do with the butterflies, so that that'll make it a lot easier for you. And when it's on the ground, it's a lot easier to do. And it's like when it's running, it's easier to push harder. That all just happens automatically. Starting routine is typically whenever we have a cold engine, we're going to start it on gas. It's just going to start, run for 5 or 10 seconds, and I'm going to shut it off. I don't know if I'm going to be able to on the very first time of firing it up, if I can run it on gas and check the timing light. Once I get used to squirting a gas bottle again, I ought to be able to do that, but I'm probably not going to try for the first time. I just want to get it running and keep it running, and then they'll get fancy with the timing light too, so that I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I can get a look. Let's see what else. Oh, so starting it. Some guys crank the starter and pull the wires like immediately.
Not me.
I like it to have a little bit of RPM, you know, if it can, you know. So a delay is good. So when I start it, what I do is I prime it, and so then, you know, we'll go. You're going to run the starter, right? Yep. Starter and pull the wire. So when it gets up to speed, I'm going to start feeding it gas, and I should be, you know, just a teeny bit ahead of you, or, you know, we should be pretty close if you like, you do it the way I like to do it,
Yeah,
you know.
once you go back to putting gas in it, I'll pull the pin. Or do you want it before
You just do your thing, and you know, because you're already going to do what you need to do automatically. So what I do is, once I hear it get up to its RPM that the starter's going to have it running at, I'm going to start giving it gas, and usually the wires are coming off all at the same time, and that way if I'm feeding it gas and you pull the wires off, it should just come right to life. Spinning it,
Yeah,
you know, and then
when in the pit, I yell clear.
clear.
It's the airplane thing. I
that's
yell
good.
clear.
No,
I don't do that on the starting line. I just reach in there. Depends on it. So when I say clear, get out of the way. If anybody is walking around, move them out of there. You charge the system every time, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I did all that.
I mean, Mike will have to.
Okay.
We
It's
not
all
want
on you.
people.
Yep. Mike's just
on
got to
the
remember to
sides
tell
of
me
the
to put
car.
the switches on.
Huh?
Mike's just got to remember to tell me to put the switches on.
The safety thing about standing like right there.
Yeah, don't stand.
It's either
Don't
like,
stand in the shrapnel zone until it's running. All right, clear. Switches on. Here we go. All right, everybody good? All right, clear. All right, switches on. Here we go. Go.
All right, folks, a lot of work, long nights, couple weeks, a lot of thrashing. Still got a few things left to do, but overall the car started. Sounds good. People that have never done positions did a good job. And
Normally it's the blower guy.
now it is time to load up.
Chris and I got the car out.
Get ready to head to Florida. Your car sat there and idled and run, didn't throw the rods out.
No, didn't. We're good.
Got oil pressure the second time.
Got oil pressure. Yeah, oil pressure the second time.
Yes, sir.
So, all right. Tear down time,
Ready?
load time.
So you do
All right, folks. Everything's loaded, ready to head to Florida. Me and Donna swung by the house. A little gym work before we get everything loaded up again in the toter home. Head to Florida. it is time to go racing. Everybody, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And the next video will come to you probably a little bit on the road and from the Gator Nationals. It is time to stomp on that loud pedal. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. See you guys soon from the races.
Protect your ears. Oh, she's I like this guy. I like this guy.
A little bottom end training going on. Millie giving an assist.